This is the future.
There was a bug before that makes the broken Warframe invulnerable, and you can easily go up against level cap enemies without breaking a sweat. Hell, you even just need Xaku and their abilities to both survive level 9999 and kill them easily. But that's all gone now, and we are not talking about that bug. Instead, we will be talking about a legit trick that can make the broken Warframe immortal, and at the same time, be a good defense stripper, crowd control, DPS, and the best part is, has an infinite amount of energy. This build has taken inspiration from Tactical Potato's video about 100% avoidance, and I was able to find this out early when someone in my video about Equinox said that Carnus Mandible plus faction mods are better compared to having elemental mods in my melee weapon while using it in my sleep and nuke Equinox combo. I did search the internet and saw Tactical Potato's video about the Carnus mod, and that was the time it occurred to me that despite the different wording in the damage avoidance of the broken Warframe's fourth ability, and the Carnus mod set, it does have the same effect in the Warframe, giving total damage avoidance to them for a couple of seconds and can be maintained with the right setup. Long story short, their fourth is where they are the least vulnerable with a 75% dodge chance, and the Carnus mod set passive allows her to get an additional 30% evasion and immunity to status for 6 seconds after killing an enemy with a heavy attack, thus resulting in an over 100% effect, if I'm not mistaken, resulting in a 6 second of immortality. But wait, before you go on trying this Immortal Reaper of Death Xaku synergy, you must know a few things. First of all, you will need to rely on heavy attack, which is quite obvious, so that Carnus mod's 30% damage avoidance will proc. And, you must know that the Carnus set is strict in implementing the damage avoidance proc, as you need to kill enemies with the heavy attack, and damage types like bleed procs after the heavy attack will not be considered by the Carnus set. So, you will need to deal one swift hit to an enemy and kill it instantly with a heavy attack so you can stack the 30% damage avoidance with the broken Warframe's 75% dodge chance. One way of doing this is relying on the broken Warframe's gaze ability to strip all the defenses of enemies, making it possible to one-hit even a high-level enemy in Steel Path using a single heavy attack. So the build I'm talking about takes advantage of the usual 200+% power strength mod setup with lots of range of their gaze ability. This will be paired with Ensnare, and this subsumes ability is one crucial key to making the broken Warframe 100% immortal, since it groups the enemies and you can just slice them up easily. Another key to having a more powerful attack is the Empowered Blades Aura mod. It does add damage to your heavy attack in the cost of shield, and this is why I added both these auger mods for shield regeneration. But wait, there's another build setup for the broken Warframe that can make Empowered Blades very effective, and thematically, it is more appealing as the Reaper of Death. This is by subsuming Harrow's Condemn ability into the broken Warframe. First off, you won't need the auger mods when you do this. Secondly, you will have great crowd control plus the shield gain per enemy hit, minus the amazing grouping of Ensnare of course, but despite that, still, Condemn remains to be very good for this Reaper of Death setup, since it has lots of usage, especially in binding acolytes in Steel Path missions. Of course, you will need the Carnus Carapace at place so you can have the full benefit of the set mod. Because of Blind Rage, this setup is energy hungry, but like I have said at the start of the video, this build can gain infinite amount of energy thanks to the 2 billion damage Zor that is crafted from Varg 2 Ruhang, Korb Grip, and Doctrum Strike, with the Exodia Brave Arcane that lets you regenerate energy per heavy attack kill. And of course, this is the build I'm using in this video. I know, I'm very lucky to have this Riven sign. It allows me to red crit my heavy attack, but this setup really doesn't need a Riven to be good. You won't have any red crit when you don't have a Riven mod, but still, you will slaughter enemies with one heavy attack strike. Just place a faction mod for this slot and it will help you one-shot kill high-level enemies easily. Also, Carnus Mandible is needed for this setup to gain complete that 30% damage avoidance. And lastly, Life Strike to heal yourself. There are times that my health goes down in Steel Path levels due to acolytes, and a simple heavy attack will make it full thanks to this mod. By the way, if you want to use the Ensnare setup, then you would want to have a secondary weapon to equip. Better to have a primer gun that can inflict viral status so that your heavy attack will be deadlier. And of course, don't forget to use more auger mods for increased shield gain per energy usage. And lastly, the Karnus Stinger, which completes the Karnus set and gives you that 30% damage avoidance. If all goes wrong, as you ended up in a big slump while fighting a horde of enemies plus an acolyte in steel path levels, then don't worry, as you can rely on your Sly Volfapilla to give you that extra evasion with Slide Evolution and Survival Instinct mod. If all goes wrong again, then Martyr Symbiosis will give you enough time to recuperate and proc the Karnus mod set while Xaku has their 4th ability onto group enemies, do a heavy attack, and be immortal again. Rinse and repeat the process. So that's it for this video. Now go on, try this for yourself. I have more Warframe guides like this week, so stay tuned and I hope you are loving the content. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.